Hi traders, welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency and we're going to take a look at the markets. Just wanted to let you know about one sponsorship from Key2 Markets. Alright, great broker here, very good, low cost, ratings very high on Forex Beats Army, FBA with more than 4 stars, so that's quite unique. And yeah, we also chose Key2 Markets for instance, Ultimate EA. So a lot of good reasons, but if you open an account, a fund account, and start trading, you also, through Elite Currency, you also get access to SWAT 2.0, the newest version available with a lot of strategies and a lot of educational material. So I think that you will not be disappointed. So check that out. Anyhow, also, by the way, we got a live webinar coming up today about a new EA. So if you're interested in automatic trading, that might be something for you to check out. New automated trading system called Zeus EA. All right, euro dollar weekly chart. We are looking at failure for price to continue higher. We got a lot of wicks on these weekly candles, 5 wicks now. Last week was bullish, like the weeks before, but definitely some hesitation. HMA is up, and we're really struggling to break through this 144 EMA on the weekly chart. And I think it's looking more like weakness for a break. I mean, if we finally get a weekly candle close in July or August above this level, we will probably see the continuation up to 115 and maybe beyond. Maybe up to the 38.2 fib here. I think it's around 117 indeed. But for the moment, it looks like it's struggling, and this could be maybe a retest of support first before we get a bounce. Some kind of bull flag pattern could emerge here in my view. Let's take a look at the daily, and you can see that this is getting quite heavy as a pattern, and we're looking at day 23. Well, it's not that bad. I mean, certainly it can take some time. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a leg like that, like an ABC correction, ABC pattern, and then a flag and an upside after maybe hitting the 144 EMA, or maybe hitting this 50 fib, for instance. Sorry, this 61.8 fib, and then upside, for instance. At this moment, it's looking a little bit slow and choppy, so I would really need to see a daily candle close pushing through this resistance here at 113.40, 113.25, 50 before I could see that break to the upside. You can see a lot of hesitation here. This is looking more like a resistance zone for one more leg and lower low, and then a bounce. But if it does push with the daily candle close above that, we could be looking at a breakout on the daily chart. Certainly uptrend aligned here on the daily chart, but we need a breakout. 4-hour chart, I think you can see that pretty well. ABC, this is starting now to look more like an ABC. This is not looking very inspiring. This is a slow, choppy move up. Failure to break. Every time it hits resistance, there's a dip. Resistance, there's a dip. There's a resistance, there's a dip. And I don't see much energy to the upside here. So I think that this is starting to be an ABC for W and ABC for X. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see an ABC here to the 38.2 fib at around 111, 20-ish. For something like this, maybe here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern, and then a bounce back up, retracement and continuation higher. Something like this is what I'm expecting at this moment. And looking at the hourly chart, you can see some type of head and shoulders here as well. So, and a 5 wave down here for wave 1, looks like an ABC up for wave 2, and we're seeing a reaction here. I don't know, if of course, you know, if price were to settle in up in here and then start to make a flag, we'll probably see that daily breakout. Certainly would change my opinion. I'm not going to hold on to the bearish view down to 111 forever. And then we probably will be seeing a move up to 115. I'm open to that. If it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't happen, at this moment, I'm certainly leaning more towards downside. What I would like to see as a confirmation, though, would be great to see a fractal on the 4-hour chart, a fractal candle that is away from the 21 EMA. So as a confirmation, we see a bearish engulfing twins here, but as a confirmation, it would be great to see a push again, a second push, 1, 2, below the 21 EMA, and then a follow through like that. I mean, that's what I would really like to see for downside here on the euro dollar as a confirmation on the 4-hour chart. A fractal away from the 21 EMA would confirm that, and we should see follow through. All right, on the opposite, on the flip side, if we see a fractal somewhere here above it, and we see a flag, that would look bullish. All right, pound USD, it's in that head and shoulders pattern level. We talked about it last week that it probably will maybe make a dip, otherwise maybe continue breakout up to that head and shoulders level around 126.50. It reached that target. Now we're seeing some hesitation here with wicks in this zone, as you can see, and that head and shoulders level. All right, so we might be looking at it, sorry, like this. Might be looking at a potential head and shoulders. We got maybe some type of expanding wedge. So if it does bounce, it could go all the way down to 120, hit the 100 fib, and then bounce again and go up to the 78.6 fib, up to 130, and continue this expanding wedge like that. But of course, if there's a daily candle pushing above 126.50, just like with the euro-dollar, I'm not deaf to what the market is showing. So if there's a daily candle close above that, we might be seeing the breakout to the 78.6 fib right away, either after pullback like this or right away. So there are three main options: a breakout to the 78, a dip to support and bounce, or a break, pullback, continuation to the 100 fib and then bounce. Those are the main things I'm looking at. 2 out of 3 scenarios, we're seeing a bounce to the downside here, either to test support or to test the 150 fib. So probably leaning towards a bounce, but once again, a daily candle close above the double top here. We see a double top of the 4-hour chart. Would indicate a breakout, of course. Now, this probably looks more like a 5-wave completed, so you definitely want to be careful about the 50 fib and the 144 EMA around 125, 124.50. That could still be a heavy support zone. If price breaks through that, then it could go down to test support here at 123, 25.50. If it breaks that, then we might see the fall down to 122.50 and 120. But for the moment, any reversal trades, I think we have to be very careful about 124.50, 125. That could definitely still be a bouncing spot here. So yeah, gotta be on guard for that. We got bearish engulfing twins on the 4-hour, and price not breaking through the 21.8. So the euro-dollar is more bearish at this moment slightly than the pound at this point. And I don't think this is really a good spot for downside trades. But if it gets down to the 144 EMA, there might be still a bounce. Then it depends on how it bounces. If it goes flat like that, it actually could be ready for break through the 144 EMA. As soon as it breaks through the 144 EMA, might be, the end of that uptrend there. Very important level. If it bounces with a lot of flare and then a flag or a retest of the 20 EMA bounce, it might be just a consolidation pattern for continuation up to 127.50 and 130. So I'm open to both directions here. It really depends on what type of price action develops. I am seeing more and more signals of a bearish reversal, but I don't think it's set in, it's not super solid either. And although there's an edge there for downside, I need a little bit more confirmation, as I already mentioned, on the euro-dollar 4-hour chart or on this pound-dollar 1-hour chart to break through the 144 EMA to confirm that. And if there are any breakouts to the upside, of course, then certainly that could happen as well. So, but we have to wait for that confirmation. This is my 2 cents. I'll be back on Wednesday this week. I'll have 2 videos. Wish you all great trading. Check out the automated trading webinar later today, or the recording, and of course the offer from Key to Markets for SWAT 2.0. And see you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.